It was a meeting of movie legends here in Mumbai, where Hollywood director Spielberg is in India to celebrate the success of his movie Lincoln. But the highlight of his trip really has to be the meeting with Amitabh Bachchan, where the two sat back and discussed Spielberg's inspiration, passion for cinema, and his fascination with Bond flicks.
You've always had a desire to do something different all the time. Whether it's a jewel, whether it's a shark or an extraterrestrial being. How do you make these decisions on doing something different?
When I was first starting out, I love big, high-concept movies. I like the idea. If the idea made me want to see the movie, then I wanted to figure out how can you write to that idea and really put it on display. So in my younger years, I did a lot of conceptual figuring out how to make a movie around a shark. Now, of course, I had the help of a book. Richard Matheson wrote Duel, and Peter Benchley wrote the novel Jaws. And so about 3/4 of my films all come from books.
Ever thought of directing a Bond film?
I tried to direct a Bond film, and Cubby Broccoli wouldn't hire me. I went to Cubby, and I called him up on the phone, and I just said, I had done a couple of movies. I had just started out. I had actually done Jaws, and it was a big hit, and I thought, well, that'll convince him that I can direct a Bond picture. And I got him on the telephone, and I said, I really would love to do your next Bond picture. And he said, you're not experienced enough. And he said, if we ever do one on the water, I'll call you. And so that was the end of that. And then a number of years later, after Close Encounters came out, in Close Encounters there's a 5-note sequence that the aliens send to us, and then we send those 5 notes back to the aliens. So Cubby was making Moonraker, and he wanted to use the 5-note sequence as a parody on Close Encounters in the Bond film. But he needed my permission. Thank God for the Directors Guild of America. They really protect us. They really do. So he called me, got me at the office, and he asked if he could use those 5 notes. And I immediately said yes, and then I said, do you have a slot open? I've made 2 huge hits, Jaws and Close Encounters. I got nominated for Oscars on both films. And he said, did you win? I said, no. He said, well, no. No, not this time.